Hello everyone, Old Guy Gaming here, back again with another MTG Arena video, and tonight we're going to continue to attack the new meta with Gruul Aggro. So, of course, Omnath's gone, we've eliminated Lucky Clover and Escape the Wild, so now we've got an interesting new meta. A couple of cards got left off that list, for example, and Embercleave being one of them. My video on Monday I did was the mono red variety. We're going to go with the Gruul variety. I know that this one is called, some people call this one Gruul Adventures because, well, there are adventure creatures in it, and Edgewall Innkeeper is part of the deck, but the adventures are almost kind of a side like bonus. Like if you get to draw cards off of it, cool. That's not the main focus of the deck, especially since the fact that Lucky Clover is no longer in the meta. There's a lot of pieces to this one. There's a lot of landfall stuff that we're putting in here from Zendikar Rising. There's obviously, you've got Gemrazer in there for the mutate effects, and then you've got things like Scavenging Ooze. Well, let's get into the deck. Let's kind of get into this one. So there's all kinds of pieces on this one, but overall, it's a lot of like best ofs on what is still in Gruul colors, green, red right now. So Edgewall Innkeeper, I know you've seen this one. 1/1, and every time you cast an adventure spell, you get to draw a card. I like the card draw engine for him. He is a 1/1. He's a fantastic card. Ram Through, love this card. I love the fact that it's instant speed for starters. It's not a fight spell. It's just you do damage to another creature, and if by chance you happen to have trample, all of that damage goes through. The number of times I keep forgetting that this spell is at instant speed and not sorcery speed, like something like Rabid Bite or any of the other fight spells have been in the past. That's why this card's so good and absolutely belongs in like every deck that's in green. Just that instant speed removal is so much fun. Scavenging Ooze, we only ran 2 of these. It's not a primary focus of the deck. It does give us a little bit of life gain every time you pull the creatures out. And it can get bigger as you go along as creatures die. Brushfire Elemental, looking forward to leading this, playing with this one. This is where some of the landfall stuff comes into play. It's a 1/1 for 2. It's with haste. It can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less, which is fantastic. And the landfall, whenever it landed as a battlefield you control, it gets +2/+2 until end of turn. There's another creature that does something very similar coming up here shortly. Bonecrusher Giant, this is where that adventures kind of side piece comes in. It's the only other adventure card, really, with the exception of Lovestruck Beast in the deck. So, I mean, it's obviously a little bit of removal for a shock kind of like spell. And then, of course, you get a giant 4/3 that comes out of it at the end. Broke down and got him. I couldn't help it. The Kazandu Mammoth 3/3. I saw enough of the comments in my other mono green deck where I said, hey, this other one looks like it does better because it gets to keep it keeps the tokens that it gets. The upside for this one, of course, is it's got a 3 toughness, not a 1 toughness, and if you are really hurting for land when it comes in, you can actually have it enter the battlefield tapped as a land as well. I get it. I understand. We're going to go with it. And we are kind of going with the landfall kind of sub-theme to the deck, so sure, let's give it a shot and see how it does. Lovestruck Beast, again, fires off with Edgewall Innkeeper to give you a draw spell, 5/5, that, I mean, for a 5/5 body for 3 mana, that's still not bad, whether it attacks or not. Gemrazer, of course, you can mutate any one of these creatures. I have a particular favorite. I usually Scavenging Ooze because the +1/+1 tokens that are on Scavenging Ooze stay on this, which is fantastic. Embercleave, there he is. I mean, this is really the reason why we're doing this for these colors, is you're going to kind of go through and kind of crush people with all the creatures you're casting. And then, of course, Stonecoil Serpent, because Stonecoil Serpent is absolutely an amazing card. The protection from multicolored is getting more and more important as this meta kind of starts getting watered down with removal of all these cards. We're going to run with 2 Primal Mights. Oddly enough, sorcery speed, not instant speed, even though it's a rare, and Ram Through is a common. So I struggled back and forth. Like, I almost just did 4 Ram Throughs, to be perfectly honest with you. But I do like the +1/+1 counters, especially whenever you've got Embercleave coming into play as well. So, Shatterskull Smashing, another one, can come in as a land if you're willing to pay the 3 lands, pay the 3 life for it. That's like worse than a shock land and doesn't do the dual damage. But I see where people come in with this one. But it does deal X damage divided as you choose among 2 targets. And if X is 6 or more, you get to choose it twice as much damage instead. You're going to have some mana in there. You can be able to pull that off. Mana base, fairly simple with some interesting tricks to kind of mix in with the landfall as well. We're going to run with 4 mountains, 6 forests, and we're going to go with a Cragcrown Pathway that can be one or the other. I kind of like these. I really do. I think 5 years from now we're going to find that these are going to be one of the better dual lands. I still think shock lands are better. Fetch lands are obviously better, but they're never going to reprint those in standard again. So I think shock lands are probably the best that we're ever going to see for dual lands in standard. These make a really good base. So yeah, I mean, I could be wrong. I genuinely, I am a magic idiot. I absolutely do not know predictive. I think that you're going to find that these flip lands that come in untapped are going to be pretty good, to be perfectly honest with you. And then we toss in one of my favorite cards that nobody ever plays. I've always been fascinated by the fact that people play fetch lands and like, well, why isn't Evolving Wild so good? Well, because it doesn't come into play untapped. Well, so it still does the same job. Anyway, we're going to run with two of those. Again, we're trying to manipulate the landfall mechanics going in. That's why there are 4 Fabled Passages as well. This is why Fabled Passage is an amazing card. And I did call this whenever Throne of Eldraine came out and said, I'm kind of a little disappointed they reprinted it in M21 so early. Since you had basically, I feel like this card's going to be eternal, just like Evolving Wilds is. So this is the common variety. This is the rare variety. I think we're going to continue to see this card in Standard forever because it's the best version of a fetch land we're ever going to see in Standard. So anyway, that is the deck. If you like the video and you feel I've earned it, let me know in the comments down below how you built your deck, and like and subscribe right there. It'd be super helpful for the channel. Alright, so we've got all the YouTuber stuff out of the way. Let's go play some games with Gruul Aggro. Of the two, and I mentioned this in my Mono Red video if you hadn't seen it, of the two, I feel like the Gruul Aggro is stronger than the Mono Red, simply because the creatures are tougher. Simply because this is more of a mid-rangey deck, and the meta really is shifting into a more mid-range deck. So if you don't win on turn 3, turn 4 with that deck, you're hurting, to say the least. I do wish we had gotten any of our low casting cost creatures, but alas. This looks like a Loris deck. It looks like it's going to be the Sacrifice deck. I think I need to... yeah, I think I need to mulligan. Yeah, that's kind of okay. Which one do we drop? We drop the extra Embercleave. That's what we do. Primal Might, I like. It'll start getting rid of some of the other stuff that's out there. Gemrazer, I really like. Alright, let's drop the Embercleave and go. So we're going to drop this for red. We're going to pop Fabled Passage to establish dominance on the first turn. That's cool. Do wish I had the other lands from the other previous hand. One more would be lovely, because getting that landfall aspect on him. Oh, with trample. Oh, this is going to be rogues. We're going to get Magic the Gathering here. That's what's going to happen. Watch him mill the next something off the top is going to be the land. Yeah, if you miss a land drop, especially in this meta, if you miss a land drop, that is almost a death nail. There was a land. What'd I say? What'd I say? He took the land we wanted. That's okay. We got one back. Let's go green for you, good sir. We're going to go with that. Kitty, what are you doing here? What is it with all of my animals deciding they want to be able to run around today? Literally, she just, I don't know if the camera picked it up or not. She just like hopped right up on the counter. Like right up on the desk here. Counter target spell. No way. It's okay, I've got another. Ooh. Embercleave, that's... Oh well. There's the other one. He got both. He got 2 Embercleaves on 1 mill. That's not fair, kids. That's not fair. Yeah, the 4/4 can't be blocked by creatures with 2 or less power. That's fun. That's lots of fun. I'm guessing he's hoping he pulled a counterspell, which it looks like he... Why would he do that? He did that for 0. Way to waste your counterspell, my friend. Yeah, I'm not sure why he would have done that. He did that for 0. So this deck has oodles and oodles of removal. How did the... Oh, he just did the whole thing on it. Alright, we need to start getting a little serious here. Let's go with Scavenging Ooze. Go ahead and run in with that one. Get the damage at least. Let's toss out the fact that he might want to try to Ruin Crab. Oh, I guess that makes sense for the Rogues deck. All our cool toys. All our cool toys go. Yeah, if we don't come up with... Well, the upside is... Oh, I meant to do that on his turn. Oh, at least we get this. At least we get this. Let's pull the green. So... We're going to remove... He has no creatures in play. He's got plenty of ours. So we need to be able... No, back. I want to go at least one above. Get that out of the way. No, 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 no. Why did I do that? Pay one. Cancel. How did I screw this up? I'm paying one. That's why. Because I'm an idiot. Target you control. Target creature he controls. How hard is this to do? Go. Yep. And that is going to be game. Alright, so we'll concede on that one. He had all the counter spells that he needed for that. That's why that deck is so good, and that's why I'm looking forward to playing that on Friday, actually. I finally broke down and built that deck. I have been talking about it since Zendikar Rising released and said, ooh, I'm really looking for that deck, but I've tempered myself. I've been waiting before I get that one out, because I genuinely thought that deck was going to run wild over the meta, and now it's got its chance. Now that we have Omnath's going, I still think it beats the Ugin decks, to be perfectly honest with you. Maybe not so much the Embercleave decks, but he beat us, so there's that. What the heck is up with the mana? Thank you. I think. What? No, there's nothing wrong with a shuffler, we swear. Not that I ever would disparage Magic the Gathering in any way, shape, or form. There's nothing wrong at all with a shuffler. Oh, goody mill. How much fun that's going to be. I only say that in jest, to be perfectly honest with you. Like, mill is... It's a thing. Like, just... It is a thing. I'm not disagreeing that it sucks, because it does. Especially the fact that the thing mills 3 cards. 3 cards. I'm just building up my Embercleave, by the way. That's the reason why the 1/1s are all there, in case you're wondering. Teferi's Tutelage. Oh, cool. So this is just going to be straight up mill. So, can we outrun them? We'll find out tonight. Yeah, having a 6/6 with Embercleave on it will be really nice. Since he's going to spend his time on go ahead and put another Teferi's Tutelage in. He's going all in. He actually discarded his own. Oh, yes. This will be interesting. Down to 34 already. Sure. This card alone really drives this. One card. That's why I was really surprised that did not get banned. That was one of the ones I honestly thought was on the list, on the chopping block. As you are tapped out, my good friend, you now have problems. Now, can we outrun the mill? We have 4 damage sitting in hand right now. So even if he manages to kill Lovestruck Beast, we still have enough on the board that we can still pull this out. Teferi's too lich. He's going for this. I think we've got this one because I mean, even if he blocks here, he still loses. Sure. And what's he got? He's got an opt, right? Right? That's the last one? Nope, no opt. Okay. We're going to go green here. I guess he concedes. And that's that's how you beat mill decks, by the way. You need to get out in front of them and get in there fast. I feel like we were slow in that one. I feel like we could have been a lot faster. But nonetheless, I'm actually really surprised he didn't at least attempt to block. I mean, when it was clear that the game was over, he was just like, nope. Maybe he was doing his dailies. Like, I often wonder that kind of stuff where you see people like, well, why did they cast that and then quit? Maybe they're just finishing their dailies. Maybe like, I need to get 20 blue spells today. That's what we're doing today. That's how this is happening. This actually isn't so bad. I want to hold on to that. So do we Fabled Passage on turn 1? No, we do not. Oh, crab. Oh, goody. More mill. Yay. This is so much fun. Oh, another one. Lovely. All right, so the game basically just ended right there. So I need card draw and fast in case you're wondering why I'm doing what I'm doing. Because I need to be able to get cards into my hand that we can get past this. Because the fact that he's got 2 Ruin Crabs just to start the game. This is monumentally painful. Every time he drops the lands, we're losing 6 cards. That will go super fast. Especially when you have things like Fabled Passage, Evolving Wilds. So there's 6 cards right up there, right off the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like, 3 or 4 turns of that, you're done. That's why this deck is so annoying. So we're just going straight for creatures. Trying to lock. Okay. I'm not going through this one again. He's way ahead of us already. The double Ruin Crab on the opening hand, that's annoying. Which is why it's in my deck. I'm not going to lie. That's why I'm putting it... I specifically chose Friday to do Rogues. Because it is strictly... For my fun, I think it's hysterical. And if you're playing that as that player, it is kind of hysterical. There's no interaction. I think that's the problem that I have with that deck. With a lot of mill decks. I know a lot of people are complaining about mill decks, and I think that it is a legitimate... It's a legitimate tactic. It really is in the game. I mean, what is going on? Oh, so these are... It's just counting these as lands. I wonder if that's what's messing it up. But I don't want to use those as lands. I want real land that I have in my hand. Thank you. Let's drop Primal Might for now, and I'm probably going to regret that. In fact, I know I'm going to regret that. Oh boy, are we playing Mill again? Oh boy, can we? Oh, what I should have done... I should have done Evolving Wilds there instead, so that next turn we can get this down at least. That's what I'm kind of like holding on to Evolving Wilds so I can actually pull that off. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. So we need green. They've got a bunch of flash creatures, so I'm not even taking the chance of attacking with the Edgewall Innkeeper. We're super close. Alright, so we're going to cast this and we're saving that for later. Counterspell. It wouldn't have stopped to give you priority if you didn't have one in hand. Or is it holding it? I can't imagine it's for Loris. Yep, it's the counterspell. Well, since we lost that ability, let's go red. Let's even out. Interesting. So he does have Mythic Dispute, and that's a 2-cast. Whoa. Whoa. Aw. Aw, I was looking at his graveyard. How did that happen? That should not be allowed. This is supposed to be a 5-cut. It's okay. He's got his Lofty Denial. That's the other one he was looking at. He's just gonna counter it. That's frustrating. Vantress Gargoyle. Yep, that's how he wins the game. Right there. So, are you gonna counter that? No. I'm just going for the creature. Draw the card. There we go. Everything they've got's in the air, and that's what's so good about this deck. The mill is almost secondary. That's why I think Rogues is such an intriguing deck to me. Obviously, this one didn't have the Ruin Crab variety. The Ruin Crab one is just filthy. There went Embercleave, our one lone hope. Can I counter that too? No? Cool. Wonder which one of these he's going to be willing to lose. Or is he just going to take the damage? Yeah, alright, that makes sense. He's doing 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 next turn? Yeah. Again, I don't understand why they put Loris in this deck, to be perfectly honest with you. Because by this point in time, you're like... The game is practically over if he swings out all. Interesting. Draw the cards. Sure. Yep, swings all out, as expected. Aw, Fabled Passage would have been lovely. Thank you so much. Because basically what I've done, I put Gemrazer on here. Well, at least we can get some damage. We can get some revenge in. There's not much you can do about that. Oh, it's non-human. It doesn't have any artifacts or enchantment. Oh, is that? Oh, I was going to say he didn't come out as an enchantment. Nope. That's actually not going to do us any good whatsoever. And we're going to say good game. And we'll concede there. Yeah. Double rogues. Double rogues. Double rogues. All right. We're going to try one more. I try to always end on a win. And again, And my son has, I know I've made this joke. I know I've said this in the past. My son always jokingly is like, you do better in your warm-up games than you do on video. You should just record your warm-up games. I'm like, yeah. Because again, I went 3-0 with the first 3 decks I played with this. And I get doubled up on Rogues and Mill. Although, admittedly, if I see a Ruined Grab drop on the first one, I'm just going to tap out. That's not, that's actually not so bad. That's not so bad. Hey, we're a little bit slower over there. Cool. Is this going to be... Actually, don't know. Heartless Act. Okay. Double Fabled Passage. Cool. Thanks, Arena. Cultivate. Interesting. Wonder what he's cultivating for. I mean, there's obviously a landfall mechanic he's trying to propagate here. Oh, sounds like the puppers have found a mailman they don't care for. Probably should have grabbed red for Embercleave, now that I'm looking at that. Look how much mana that he's been, like, they're that far ahead. I still have no idea what he's got. Aside from Cultivate and Heartless Act, I have no idea what his deck does. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, that is problematic to say the least. That's not going to help me. So let's go for that. And then we'll start building up creatures to start peeling that out. He's just going to fight it. He's just going to fight it, or he's got removal for it. Ugh. All the removal in the world. All the removal in the world. Alright. So that doesn't help much. My only hope is that I can kill it with Stonecoil Serpent by giving it all of the tokens, or the +1/+1 temporarily. But we are going to take one on the chin. And then we will Embercleave. Or he's just got more removal. Yep, alright, so that's going to do it. Unfortunately, that is just going to be our luck today. Oh well. Had a rough one on these two, but I do enjoy the decks. I do enjoy it. So let me know. Maybe there's something I'm not quite doing right in this one. Let me know in the comments down below. And until next time, guys, we shall see you in the arena.
This video was brought to you in no small part by our patrons. If you would like to help out the channel, go to www.patreon.com/oldguygamingmtga, and thank you for your support.